everyone, welcome to darkfaetarot. You are joining me on the end of what has been a very breezy, windy autumnal Sunday. Welcome to new subscribers, welcome back to those who already know me. So yes, indeed, we're going to be doing a review of the Cozy Witch Tarot deck, which is a deck that I've been working with since the end of August. End of September. Time warp here going on. So yeah, I'm really glad I picked this up. This is a mass market publication. The author of the guidebook is Amanda Lovelace, and the artwork is by Janina Medeiros. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And the publishers are Andrews McNeil Publishing. Now, I picked this up for about 15 euros, which is a really great price. Hopefully you can get it as a great price at a great price wherever you are based as well. But yeah, I really thought it was a great value for money deck straight off the bat. I am going to say that. So we're going to go through the deck. We're going to look at kind of like the cards, and then we're going to look at some pairings, and we're going to look at the guidebook as well. So this is the guidebook that comes with it, which is written by Amanda Lovelace, as mentioned. And this is the inside of the box, in case you're wondering. It's quite simple, nice and sturdy, really good quality box. And these are the cards. Now you can see straight away the cards are just amazing. The backs, just look at the back. So we've got little latte cups, we've got candles, so that's the cups, there's the wands, we've got the athame, the sword, and we've got the pentacles here. So very very cute. They could have even done a plant for the pentacles, but anyway, I think it's very cute, very witchy, but very soft and gentle, and I absolutely love that. So I'm going to go through how this deck has worked for me, and we're going to be going through all the cards. I will flick through them. I've put it back in order for the sake of this review, and yeah, I'm just going to chat as we go. So first of all, you'll see straight away that this deck really is a very beige, pink, soft colored deck. I love that. What you get here is you get the key. Sometimes the key has been renamed. So the Fool now becomes the Cozy Witch. And then you get a kind of like a sentence. It's not exactly keywords, but more along the lines of somewhere between an affirmation and a message. So I think that the first thing I am going to mention and talk about is the fact that this deck is aimed towards young people. It is for a very specific age group, I believe, and it needs to click with that generation. That's what I think this deck is about. So here we do have the Magician, but let's give an example of what do we get? You have everything you need to do anything you want. And of course here you can see in the artwork, the girl is dressed in dungarees. There's a little bird perched on her shoulders, but there's also kind of like this tray and holding the cup, the candle, the sword, and the pentacles. So we've got the Magician out from the traditional kind of like desk atmosphere, and instead put her in some kind of a plant nursery, which I really love. So this deck is kind of like, for me, not just with the faces, but with the dresses, with the way that the posture is. There's the High Priestess, of course. Very much a deck which is the Empress, which is connecting with, I love that she's breastfeeding. This is really a deck that's connecting with everyday young persons, young adults, and I love that. It's really kind of like, there's not many decks that I think do that, especially this age group, which is I think more mid to late teens or even early 20s. This is the Emperor. So, you know, this is a time in my life. This is the Hierophant. It says here, tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. So what a great message. So yeah, I mean, and then behind her, she's got all of these, she's got crystals. There's the plant pot, candles. We've got here some potions, crystal ball. I mean, it's just, you know, so she really has the knowledge and the wisdom to tap into spirit, and she's teaching that to these two younger witches. And how beautiful. And of course, before I forget to say, there is this wonderful diversity in the deck, which I really like. And I really like also, I know it sounds really strange, but I like the body shapes. I like the fact that the haircuts are more in tune with today's kind of like fashion. I really feel like this is a very much a deck where the artwork is kind of like slightly reflecting that millennial era from about 6-7 years ago. I really like that era. So this is the Lovers card. Will you or won't you? The choice is yours. And look at the little stars to brighten it up. So yeah, this is the Chariot. It says here, you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. And you know, she's got these little flowers in her bicycle. Again, I love it. I love the blue hair. I love the little moggy on the t-shirt. The two moggies, actually, one's white and one's dark blue. So it shows, of course, the differentiation where we have with the Chariot. So the little symbols are there, but they've been changed. I love this Strength card. It says, it takes great strength to be soft. And, you know, I got this card, and so many of you know that watch my channel. I'm still recovering from the passing of my fur baby because he was in my life so much. This is my first Halloween, my first birthday, Christmas, all of that without him, Yule, all of that, New Year. And I miss him, I really do. So, you know, that made me tear up a bit, actually. And I love, again, the clouds and her top and stuff. So yeah, Solitary Witch, the Hermit. Again, she's in this canopy, very secluded. So we again harking back to that cave-like atmosphere, but now in a very modern way. This is our Wheel of Fortune. So this is a good luck charm. Not sure about that message. It's something seems to be going your way. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. But hey, you know, this is a modern interpretation done by the author. I'm here right now really focusing on the imagery because I think it's amazing. Here's the Justice card. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. I love on her laptop, we've got the scales there. We've got, again, the Athame. She's hung up her cloak and a hat. She works away. So again, great. The Patient Witch, great Hanged One card. So this deck for me really is a... Oh, that noise. Sorry, there's people outside my window. This deck for me is really kind of like a reflection of that coming of age period where for a lot of us, you know, we're not going to know this is Toxic Witches, which is a representation of the devil, the Tower. I think this deck is doing several things at the same time. So just bear with me while I try and get my thoughts straight, which is that, first of all, for me, I remember my teens, I was very lost. I was really, really struggling. I'm definitely one of those teens that had difficulties with my hormonal changes. Just my head felt like it was on fire sometimes. I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience nearly every day kind of thing. This is the Moon card. And, you know, when I was growing up, there was no suggestions of journaling or talking about mental health. It was all just kept within. And I was just, sometimes I was sick. Sometimes I would lash out. Sometimes, you know, I'd be struggling with my weight because it's just, there were so many things going on in my life where it was very clear, even to others. This is the Judgment card, wonderful card. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And look at this, beautiful. Oh, it's just, yeah, and the feather and her cloak. I just love this. But there's something about this deck where it really, for me, began to reflect and show me and remind me of the difficulties in my late teens especially, and in my early 20s, the difficulty of navigating that birthing period of when we're birthing into adulthood, basically, right? And there's so much that gets lost in not being able to deal with it, and the fact that there's a lack of being able to relate sometimes to other people. Two of Cups, something that for me has been really important in my growth later in my life, and a lot of self-compassion came that because of some of the traumas that I'd had in my, especially when I was like 10, 11, 12, and then into my early teens, that trauma really, I ended up alienating myself from my peers quite a bit. And I struggled with, I had some really dark thoughts in my teens. I'm just going to say that. And this is the Four of Cups. So try not to be so picky, okay? I love that. Five of Cups here. She's got Vitiglio as well, which I really like. There's a representation that we're not all perfect. And I just love that she's got these two cups. And look at the window behind her, right? She's somewhere high up in the sky, and the sun is breaking through and shining on her. So yeah, this is very touching, this card. But yeah, I find that like, oh, I love this. You give yourself the compassion you were never given. And that really does sum up what I've just been trying to say, that, you know, it took me a long time for me to realize how painful that area of my life has been. And to give myself that compassion, going back and healing myself kind of thing, and giving myself that ability to feel those feelings, but in a safe way. And so this, I just look at that, just all the doors are open. And traditionally we have a cracked cup, right? And here we've got a bottle that's leaning. So yeah, so I think that this deck for me was a really good reminder, and it was visually so good to see a deck which was trying to relate to the protagonist, trying to relate to the reader, which is really actually the ultimate goal, right, of a deck. It's the one who's going to interpret all of this, read it, make sense of it. And I really like that this deck, you know, in addition to all the diversity, in addition to the fact that it is young based, so it's accessible for young people, it makes it relatable in the sense of mood and emotions visually. And the vibe is that of being that key, that each key has this vibe of, you know, I'm here with you, I understand what you're going through, let's talk about it, you don't have to run away from this. And I wish I'd had that kind of availability when I was younger, but you know, it's good that today's youth have access to tools like this. You know, it's very modernized, it's de-religiousized, I don't know how to put that, but you know, we don't have any very strong religious connotations, which again helps many of those who might have really a lot of fear around something like that. And it just allows us, you know, to in a way, it gives the visual look of what it is to have friendships, and we're all different and we all come from different backgrounds. And I just love all the clothing here. It really reflects that we're all unique in our own way, right? So yeah, I like that. And it's just a welcoming deck, I think. And it's not too heavy. Even in here, right? She's got like these ballet slippers on it, and it's snowing. So obviously it's her feet must be frozen and she's cold. And it says here safe haven, and you know, and it's a really good reminder we don't have to do this alone. So yeah, I love all the moggies in this deck. I really felt my little baby was with me actually when I was working through this. I felt like he was sending me lots of love. So yeah, I think that the colors in this deck also make it very charming, very sweet. Every morning I woke up and I knew I was going to get a little hug in a deck. Basically, it's a very good hug deck if you're looking for something like this. I love the fact that somehow this publishing company has kept it at a more affordable price than some of the other decks. Let's put it that way. I appreciate, you know, that perhaps for a 15-year-old, you know, $18 US or something, or $15 US might be Knight of Pentacles there, might be still much. I definitely appreciate that, but you know, it's better than some of the prices we're seeing. So it's, you know, it's financially accessible as well. Queen of Pentacles. It's a great one to gift a young teen, I think. And here we have now the swords. Now, you know, the swords are always traditionally the darker suit of, well, they're seen as, I don't think they're that dark, because the more we work with them, the more they actually shed light. That's what I believe. And I'm thinking of doing some work for the channel, which is going to come at the keys from a very different angle. I'm just trying to figure out how to best present it. Indecisive Witch, Two of Swords. Here's our Three of Swords. Again, you know, the Three of Swords is always a very sad card, and this is giving me that vibe of sadness and hurt and pain, and you know, she's going home. But there's something in this which again reminds me that even in the darkest times, it's okay. Like, you know, we're going to have moments like this. Like, I just want to give her a big hug. And so that reminds me when I'm going through a Three of Swords moment to give myself a big hug. Again, here's Four of Swords, taking time out, resting. She's got a hot water bottle. Reminds me of when I've got those tummy troubles going on myself. Here we've got the Five of Swords. I really like how this has been done, actually. You can see she's up, feels a bit like she's up to no good with that phone kind of thing. You can't be right all of the time. Here's the Six of Swords again, taking, you know, going to safer shores. Here's a Seven. Yeah, this one. I've had this one this morning, Eight of Swords. Stop overthinking it, just doing it. Great message again. And Nine of Swords here. She's overthinking it there as well. Oh, this was a great card. But yeah, this is, again, I'm going to talk about the messages in a moment. I think when we're hurt, we don't have to always also hurt others. You know, we can heal. Here's our Page of Swords. Curiosity is a type of magic. I love that. I love that she's going into this bibliothèque and you know, this free library and swapping books or giving books or even, you know, taking one. Knight of Swords. Be ambitious. Chase your every dream. I like that. Here's our Queen. Here's our King of Swords. Okay, so we're at the last suit now. Here's our Ace of Wands. Again, I love the clothing. Here's our Two of Wands. Our Three, beautiful. I love the little dog there. It really reminds me again of the Fool card, right? Here's our Four of Wands. This is so lovely. They're celebrating her birthday. It's so cute, so sweet. You can imagine, right, that ourselves being this little witch. Here's our Five of Wands. Here's our Six, another card that I absolutely loved and adored. You know, this, I've had this moment where I'm trying on something and friends are being so kind to me. It's such a magical moment. Here's our Seven of Wands. This one I'm not sure about. I feel as if she's not being allowed to break away and she's being bullied. That's what I interpret of this card, which I don't agree with. Even if she's made a mistake, I don't agree with bullying that person. Here's our Eight of Wands, communication. Here's our Nine. Standing up, even when we're hurt, not giving in. Here's our 10, a bit overburdened. Here's our Page, this beautiful, beautiful page here, Page of Wands. Here's our Knight of Wands. I like this one, sneaking out. Here's our Queen. Oh, I love this card. I had this near the beginning of using this deck. I just love this card. And here's our King of Wands. Okay, so we've gone through the whole deck now. You've had an idea of all of these cards. Give it a bit of a shuffle, and then I'm just going to show you quickly some pairings. Let's do the guidebook first, actually, before I forget that. I can feel myself starting to overheat again, which you know happens when I'm always doing these videos. So I don't know how long I've got before I just completely and utterly melt down. Oh. I'm giving them a bit of a shuffle here. They're so easy to shuffle, the very buttery cardstock. I'm pretty sure they haven't been shuffled that well, but we're going to have to roll with it. I'm going to try and do some riffle shuffling. Crap it. Oh, not bad. Can I get this right? Let me try at least to do a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, they're not going to be perfect, but it's better than... Okay. So let's pull out a card first of all, just... Okay, we've got the Fool here. So we're right at the beginning actually again. So let's read what it says about the Fool, which is the Cozy Witch. It says, take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. Love the little moggy again. I love the flowers, the rose. It's just, yeah, the open window. She's checking herself in the mirror, making sure she's all set. Perfect. What does it say? You get some spreads, and here's what it says. It says, the Cozy Witch, aka the Fool. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. Meet the Cozy Witch who barely slept a wink last night because she was so excited by the promise of a new day. Like the Cozy Witch, you too have an adventure awaiting you just outside your front door. When an amazing chance presents itself, take it, because you might regret not doing so later. However, before you go, keep in mind the world is an unpredictable place. While there's magic to experience, you will inevitably experience some obstacles. 2, success is never a guarantee, but success isn't always the point of your journey. Sometimes self-discovery that happens along the way is the point. Reversed, what's stopping you from living the life you've always wanted? Try not to stress too much about what might go wrong. Instead, visualize what could go right. You'll never know what magic you could be making if you never leave your room. What a great message. Okay, so let's look at some pairings. And if you're going to excuse me for a moment, because I'm completely overheating, I'm going to take off. I'm wearing kind of like a jumper, so I'm going to have to take this off. I've just removed the mic to do that. Otherwise, I was just going to pass out. So, okay, I think I can now continue. Just give me a moment. Oh, sorry if you're hearing lots of noise, because that was the mic being moved around. Okay, hopefully you can still be with me as I go through this. So we're going to do some pairings. So first of all, I tried it with the Super Attractor deck. And let's see that. So I think that this goes very, very well with just very simple affirmation decks. So let's have a look. So this is about divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. Oh, hold on a second. This is about appreciation. It's a 2 of Swords, indecision. 3 of Swords, it's okay to cry. It says here, when I'm in a state of appreciation. So there's some of it that sometimes it vibes a little bit. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me, and this is where she's resting. So yeah, so there's a few there. Then I used it with this deck heavily. So you probably will see this on my Instagram. Take What You Need Oracle. This is an affirmation deck. And I loved it with this deck. But I'm going to show you also a few others. But this was my favorite pairing. So it says Ace of Swords. Set clear boundaries as an act of self-love. What an amazing. Look at the back of these cards. The Witch is in. The Queen of Pentacles. Says there's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. And it says be open to experience love anytime. How wonderful. Rest and recruit to make progress. And this is the King of Pentacles. Wow, I really, really loved this. And experience the pause when you are where you are, when you are. And this is the Justice card. And no feelings forever. Allow your emotions to float through. And that's the Hermit card. Really, really loved this pairing. It was my favorite pairing. So if you're on Instagram, you would have seen a lot of this. Also, I'll quickly show you the fact that this tarot deck also has actually a companion oracle, which I have, but I on purpose did not use this because I want to pair this with other decks, you know. I just want to mix it all up. But I'll just show you a few cards with this oracle deck because I think that's also a perfect pair. The oracle deck retails around €13. So again, very accessible. Tree, let them go. And oh, look, she's being bullied. Look at that perfect pairing. Bitch, fire, stand up for yourself. And this is the 8 of Wands. Oh. Universe, we're all just stardust. And this is the Queen of Wands. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so yeah, perfect pair. If you need a really big hug, just put these two together and you've got it there. You've got magic there. That oracle deck is also by Amanda Lovelace. So it's the same author and the same artist, artwork by Janina Medeiros. Sorry. And it's Andrew McNeil's publishing. It's the same publisher as well. Let's try it with, let's flip open. Oh, Broom. So that's Death. Let's see it with this deck, which is Earthly Moon, Souls and Spirit Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. This is a mass market US Games deck. Let's see what that, oh, look at that, Broom and Success. Tidying up your life can make sense. So this is the Death card. 7 of Cups, and imagine, I like that. Toxic Witches and Tranquility. Oh, this is a great pairing. 5 of Focus and Focus. Oh, look at that. And then the flowers are growing here and she's upset. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that speak to you? Oh, this is a big hug here. Fulfillment and 6 of Wands. Okay, I have to actually, I'm just going to sneak away now and just like have fun with these two actually, because that's a great pairing too. So if you happen to have the Terry Foss deck, I definitely suggest trying it with this deck, the Cozy Witch, if you haven't already, that is, of course. Let's try it with another witchy deck. Here it is in front of me. And it is, of course, the Seasons, which is the Mabon. I've decided to pick up the Mabon one because that is a very colourful deck. I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's just give it a go. I think if you have a nice witchy oracle, it will go. So, it says, the lovers, will you or won't you, the choice of his wool. You are woven within an embrace, protected and loved. Oh, look at that. So there's a lot of theme of love there going on. The Chariot and Witch's Rosary. This is about crafting your skills. And there she is taking action. Page of Swords and Falling Leaves. Letting go of things that weigh heavy on us. Ace of Ace of Pentacles and Peppers. Be fierce in the way in which you protect yourself. All allies await. And this is about, of course, abundance. And here we have the Four of Pentacles. Treating ourselves to something shiny again, you know. And here's the Reaper with rebirth. Wow. And finally, Two of Cups. Some people like this pumpkin to your spice, and observe those who watch. Just see all interesting. And finally, let's do 10 of Cups. Okay, but sometimes it really is just rainbows and smiles. And here's breathwork. Allow your breath to expand your spirit and fill your heart. So I'm going to stop there, but I do think that there's something there. The one thing I'm going to wrap up on with this deck, I'm just going to check if I've covered all my notes regarding the Cozy Witch Tarot, is that I think that this is a great deck if you've got young people that you're reading for, of course, over 18. But if you have youngsters in your client itinerary, this is a great deck. I also think this is very good as a present for someone who's coming of age, you know, in their late teens, and they want something to, or mid-teens, they want something to relate to. I love the fact that it's calming and soothing. And I just like the fact that it's so soft and divine and gentle in its messaging. So, you know, this is a deck that I think no matter what, we can all find something that we can relate to in it. And that's what makes it so special, right? So I'm going to stop there, and I'm just going to put these out there so you have a good idea of them. If you have this deck already, what do you think of it, and what do you pair with it? And are you enjoying it? Or if you're going to get this deck, is this going to help you make that decision? It's so affordable compared to what's out there in the market, so easily accessible and so beautiful. And I think it's great for any age group. If you're young, it's relatable. And if you are like me and, you know, a few decades later, it's great to rekindle with our younger witch, right? Who needs that love as well, for some of us who've gone through a lot of trauma. So I'm going to stop there and say thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back soon with some more decks and some more videos, hopefully. Take care. Bye.